Well, that's not what he said, but it's close enough. Yeah, I knew we weren't done yet. We still haven't shown the bottle. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You can't do that to your hat. Ah, you pathetic, useless, fallen samurai. Fallen? Who are you calling fallen? I'm beginning growth. I don't need a counter argument. What's up with his hair? What? What are you talking about? Oh, what? Oh, his hair's confusing. Oh, it's like a claw or something. Maybe? I don't know. It should be blatantly obvious. I stole the poison, you say. Gave it to the victim, you say. Stabbed her, you say. Lots of fine theories. But I don't need a counter-argument, because you don't have an argument yourself. Where's your evidence? It's in the pen, it's in the pen, it's in the pen. Test it on the pen, test it on the pen, test it on the pen. Just let me do it already. Yes, you make it all sound so plausible, don't you? But without evidence, it means nothing. Whereas I base my news on facts. Brooks, what do you mean? Explain yourself. I mean, what the professor said earlier in his trial. It's all here, in my many memos. Every word, every slip of the tongue, all noted. That's what the Shoyu News is famous for. It's the power of the printed word. Surely it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government. Indeed, all visitors to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even if a thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult. Why'd you have to get that specific poison now? Why couldn't you get like a different poison that's more commonly available? What that is, I don't know, but surely there's something that the government wasn't involved in, maybe. How's that? Blowing the story wide open. See? I, Raiten Memo, a mere reporter from the Shoyu News, couldn't possibly have stolen that poison from the professor's laboratory. But there can't be any question of it. He must have stolen the poison that day. He stole it and used it to kill. And if that's the case, as you've identified, the poison itself is the definitive evidence we need. Because whoever stole it from the laboratory that day is the true culprit here. What's your point, you annoyingly handsome country bumpkin? Called you handsome, Susato. My point is, there's only one way that you, Memo-san, could have stolen the poison that day. I have heard enough verbal conjecture now, thank you. What the court must be shown is evidence. What proof do you have that this witness stole the poison on the day in question? So, do I just present this? Is it okay? The proof, Your Excellency, is this fountain pen. A fountain pen? How could it possibly be relevant? These magical pens somehow seem to have enough ink to write many thousands of kanji characters. I believe they arrived in our country for the first time some 15 years ago now. I swear by a weasel hair calligraphy brush and nothing else. These newfangled pens are merely a fad. Well, as a forward-thinking man of words, obviously I love my fountain pen. Suck up a soup con of sumptuous. What? Oh God, I don't like him looking at me. I was trying to read what he said. Suck up a soup song? How do you pronounce that C? Is it the same C that you use in acai? Soup song? Or whatever. Of sumptuous ink, and one's work is awash with words in a blink of an eye. It looks like he's ready to stab his own neck. Or head, whatever. That's right. Fountain pens have a small reservoir in the barrel, into which ink is sucked up through the nib of the pen in order to write with later. With later, I mean, sorry. What does all this talk of sucking up ink have? And just as it's possible to suck ink into the reservoir, it's also possible to eject it through the nib again, of course. My word, can this really be? Well, Memo-san, when you saw the deadly poison before your eyes in the laboratory that day, you used your fountain pen, your very lifeblood, to steal some of it, didn't you? Oh, did he dip the pen into the poison? But like, I'm still saying, how did it? In no instance should Mikotoba have ever let them open the jar, much less show show it, but much less open it. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. By siphoning the poison through the nib and into the pen's reservoir. Mikotoba, you fucking lax as shit. You shouldn't be letting people touch anything that's government. What obscenity? That never happened. True. We've heard that there were procedures in place to prevent thefts like this from the laboratory. But would anyone have thought to look inside a fountain pen of all places? No. I'm a little ashamed to say. For fear of offending our guests, such a detailed search would not have been conducted. Well, this is quite startling, I must say. What would you do? Just take your fucking the what do you call it? Would you have taken this fucking chemical, whatever it's called, reagent, whatever? Would you have taken that and just dipped it onto everything, like dripped it onto everything to even do a search? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I remind the court that this pen was found in the clutches of the victim when she died. In other words, it was dropped at the scene by Memo-san. Yeah, breathe, bitch, breathe. So the crucial question is, when exactly was this pen dropped?
Are you suggesting?
The natural conclusion is that in your haste to act whilst the victim was distracted for a moment, you dropped the pen after you emptied the poison from it into her glass. There could be any number of alternative explanations. For example, the witness could have been using his pen to write down details of his conversation with the victim. And when shocked by one of her outrageous answers, the pen fell from his quivering hand. What, and he wouldn't pick it up? Oh, I dropped my pen. Well, it's on the floor now. Let me go use my pencil. No, that can't be. If it was, how do you explain why the pen was devoid of ink? What? As you can see for yourself if you examine the evidence, there would appear to be no ink present in the reservoir. What newspaper reporter goes to interview someone with nothing in his pen? No, the pen was dropped after the poison that filled this reservoir had been emptied in the victim's glass. Was the poison clear? Also, did he like empty the ink somewhere else before taking the poison? Also, how did she, why did so he just stuck his pen in the glass and she just didn't notice it?
Witness, what do you have to say in your defense?
Also, like, I would like to think logically, even if the poison was clear, if you dip your pen into the poison, right? There would be a little bit of ink. There would still be like ink residue in the pen, right? And if you take the pen with the poison, you dip it into a glass, even if the poison is clear, it would still be, wouldn't a little bit of the ink still run through? No? No? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
Witness, what do you have to say in your defense?
So this is how our modern justice system works, is it? So what if the ink in my pen runs dry? So what if my pencil snaps? Oh my god, he's Wolverine. I can always claw my way back into the game. I have plenty in reserve. He probably doesn't realize that we have the agent that can fucking detect the poison. So he probably is gonna say like, where's your proof that there's poison? Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, who'd you throw the pencils at? You can't just assault somebody like that. Who do you throw it at? The bailiff? You'll claim I sucked the poison up with my pen? That's wild speculation. Nothing more. If you thought you could bring down a fine, upstanding citizen with a trick like that, think again.
Looks as though it's going to take one final decisive blow to finish this matter.
I already know it. It's fine.
As I see it, the situation is now very simple. Rest upon whether or not this witness did indeed steal the poison on the day in question. And therefore, it all depends on whether or not the defense can prove that he did with evidence.
Ha! No such evidence could possibly exist. Or, oh, you could also take the agent, I guess. Either take the agent and like either dip it onto the pen or dip it onto his hand, right? Because there's like a pool of ink on his hand. Did he empty the pen out on his hand? I don't know. Never mind. Maybe not. Because I was gonna say, it seems like it's a weird thing to have such a big splotch of ink on your hand and then only bring it up like once. Like, you got ink on your hand. That means this pen is yours, you know? Memo-san, this is how our modern justice system works.
What?
In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Something you would do well to remember. Because we are all well past the point of speculation at this stage, I assure you. So I wanted to take a chance to appreciate this music. I don't know if this is new. Is this new? Okay, alright, I'm done. Very well. I call upon the defense to present the aforementioned evidence.
This is it then. This will be the final piece in the puzzle. The defense can prove, by means of this item, that it was the witness's pen that was used to steal the poison.
Counsel, what is that bottle?
It's poison! This bottle contains the unique chemical reagent, whatever, that can identify the poison in question.
Yes, that poison is an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids developed by my colleagues and I. It will be impossible to detect traces of it by any other method.
Or, from another perspective, simply with this chemical reagent, anybody at all could check for traces of the poison.
A reagent, whatever. I fucking wish I knew how to pronounce that word. What?
One drop of the contents of this bottle on the tip of your fountain pen, Nani Mimosan.
Okay, that's maybe more sense.
Is all it will take to solve this case beyond all reasonable doubt. Ugh.
No, you can't. I won't.
Your crimes are bad enough, but at least know when to admit defeat. Your Excellency, the defense requests permission to carry out the test of the fountain pen at once.
You can't stop me. You don't have the pen. I have the pen.
Kia! This isn't my fault. The Empire drove in us, trying to hold its head on citizen nations, but I took up part of the war of all the name of justice and righteousness.
Susato, with me.
Don't say my name.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Did I do it right? That was a Susato takedown, wasn't it? Don't say my name, you fuck. Not quite. That was a Ryutaro takedown.
Okay, you can bring it back. Bring it back, alright. He's really out here trying to fucking throw his prized camera.
The instant the first drop of the region touched the nib of the fountain pen, it was clear to everyone present.
When I saw it there in the lab, the poison, the devil got a hold of me and I decided to do it on a whim. I excused myself and emptied all the ink down the sink in the bathroom, washing the reservoir out carefully. Oh.
And then you waited for an opportunity to suck up some of the poison, didn't you? Into your fountain pen.
I just don't like, why did you open it? Why would you open it? Why would you let someone open it? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's right.
Answer me one thing, Manny Mimosa. Why did you steal it? For what purpose?
Isn't it obvious? To find out what it was made of and expose it in an article. I mean, it was a secret project after all. Too juicy for a journal like me to pass up.
Then why did the English woman end up dead?
She licked the pen. I went into that hut intending to quiz her on her situation. That's all. As a reporter, a known killer, enjoying full freedom, evading justice by leaving the country. I told her what I thought about it. And she just laughed in my face!
Oh, what's this? A far-eastern caveman purporting to practice journalism?
That is not sparkling water. I knew it was alcohol. Why did it call it fucking sparkling water? You can see the cup on the fucking left is dark and the cup on the right has an orange in it. And it's orange. Sparkling water, my ass.
Really? You must learn the difference between reporting and listening at doorways, you ignorant plebeian.
I don't know why I thought he was gonna call him a slut. I thought she was gonna call him a slut.
You ignorant slut.
What did you call me?
This country, with its pretensions to a justice system, to a free press, it's really very depressing. You see our superior ways in the West, yet you lack the mental capacity to emulate them. Get out of here, you oaf. Get out and crawl back into the cave you came from.
That's when I remembered. About the deadly poison I happened to have in my pen at the time. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. You let some white girl like get under your skin, man. What a terrible tale. In my head, I knew I should have got out of there quickly as possible, but I couldn't. I couldn't let her get away with what she'd done when she clearly had no remorse at all. I suppose it was my journal spirit getting all fired up. So no explanation as to how you did it though? How did you do it? How did you achieve it? You're not even gonna say like how did you get the pen to touch her glass? I don't get it. How is there no explanation to this?
I'd like to ask you something.
Yeah.
You often talk about justice. But surely as a journalist, you could have used other means to deliver the justice you sought.
There's no justice in the press.
Sorry?
After that trial 9 months ago, I kept digging and digging to find out what had happened in that courtroom. And finally, I discovered the truth. It was a cover-up! That's what it was!
A cover-up? What do you mean?
Oh! I will remind you of your position, witness. Be careful what you say. Oh, come on! Doesn't it strike you as strange? We're suddenly not allowed to convict a foreign national? Consular jurisdiction should never have come into it. And yet that puffed-up Englishwoman was going to sail away to the sunset, a free woman. The only possible explanation is that, behind the scenes, some deal had gone down between Britain and Japan.
What sort of deal?
I'd done my research, dug up all the dirt. I was all ready to be published. But you know what happened? The editor just tore the article up. Came under pressure from the government, you mean? If our government is going to let criminals walk free, if they're going to crush the free press, then what choice do I have but to see that justice is done myself?
Let's not forget, Memo-san, that you committed murder yourself, and you tried to lay the blame on the defendant's door. I'm sorry, but you're no better than Giselle Brett.
What?
The truth is, you have no right to talk about justice at all!
Yeah, you don't even have a swan on your head, idiot. I suppose. It would appear that we have reached a conclusion to this trial at last. Counsel for the defense. Yutaro Naruhodo.
Yes! Sorry, Your Excellency. Just musing in a manly way here.
It's almost unbelievable that this is your first experience at the Supreme Court. It was an excellent performance. In truth, it very much reminded me of your cousin's exploits.
Cousin.
Forgot that was a...
Naruhodo Ryunosuke, you mean? First name basis, let's call him by your first name.
The way he handled the trial 9 months ago, and the way you handled this one, gives me hope that we are genuinely entering a new era of justice in this land.
You say this every single game, man. That's very flattering, Your Excellency.
Hearing the defense you put forward today made me feel most keenly that the future of our justice system will be forged by you and your contemporaries.
Thank you.
So, Prosecutor Aoji, do you have any final thoughts?
Is he about to commit seppuku? Or he's about to make mochi? I don't... Prosecutor Aoji?
He's gonna cut off his tuft of hair, please do it. Just cut off that one little thing and just call it a day.
I, Taketsuji of the Aochi clan, have been bested by a callow youth not once, but twice. If there was any shred of my former self left, it had withered and died here today.
Gosh, your journey to cultural enlightenment sure took a while, didn't it?
Silence!
He's gonna do it himself because Cosmo's not here to cut it off.
Better than living on in shame. I will end it all now with this blade. For that is the true path of the Aochiism.
Aochi-ism?
One hopes that there's only way in which he'll be modeling himself after the warders.
Sprig of my top knot, the time is right for farewell. Hope is lost forever. Taketsuichi.
Oh, was that supposed to be like a haiku? Haiku? I mean a haiku. Haiku. Volleyball. Actually, is that actual sprig of my top knot? The time is right for farewell. Hope is lost for... what? Hope is lost... What? Hope is lost for... Ah, you ruined it! You were so close! Did you realize it? No, you didn't realize it, but it's okay. Clean cut, my dude! Clean cut! You somehow just pulled the hair right off the scalp. What are you doing? What are you praying for? Stop it! So respectable. So respectable. Why? You're your stupid turtle. They should have made the turtle like... Oh, I don't think it's an actual real turtle. I think the turtle is fucking fake, but I was gonna say make the turtle like with his eyes closed.
Now, in regard to the defendant, Raymond Mommy-san,
Yes, Your Excellency.
I have reached my final verdict. I hereby find you.
Oh, burp. Cherry blossom fall?
Yeah! It doesn't make any sense. There's no trees in here, but I'll take it. Yeah! I like that it even pans up to the void. It shows nothing there. Where is it coming from?
Court is adjourned.
Unless there's like a old-timey gumshoe over somewhere throwing the petals with the basket, like how he does with the confetti. I want to get to know the judges that are up on that those portraits up there. They look cool.
It's over. My heart is still pounding in my chest, though. It's all I can do just to stay standing.
I forgot about the outfit. I forgot about the outfit.
Lawyers have such a great responsibility, such a great burden to bear.
I want to see the little bunny on his shoulder.
Don't they? Naruhodo-san.
He's blinking too. I'm surprised they let him blink.
Sato! Thank you so much! You were so dashing in there! Ray! And Father! Honestly, I'm so touched by everything you... No, I think I'm going to cry! It wasn't easy, but together we made it. I was on the verge of tears at the end too.
I wasn't.
The only reason I'm still here is because of you! Oh no, I can't take all the credit. It took courage to tell the truth in there. You did wonderfully, Ray. So I would have to say that the congratulations belongs to you. Susato! Don't be so standoffish! Sorry? We're friends, equals, and the trial's over. So no more of this formal super humility nonsense, whatever. It's time to celebrate with swagger. To throw caution to the wind. Whatever. Caution to the... What? I'm the great defense lawyer Naruhodo, and I'm taking you out to the milk bar tomorrow. What? Or something. What the fuck is a milk bar? Right, I see. I'll think about it, Ray. At any rate, we really knocked the wind out of that horrid man, and it felt so good. Yes, it was satisfying. It really was. Isn't there anybody else we could throw together?
I hope you're not looking at me, Ray.
Oh my goodness! No, of course not! Of course not! Ah, there it is at last. Ray's lovely smile.
You fought for your friends at the very last. As your father, I'm extremely proud of you. Defense attorney Ryutaro Naruhodo.
No longer are you Susato, you are now Ryutaro.
Thank you, but I couldn't have done it without your help. Anyway, it's time to bid farewell to Ryutaro, I think. I shall miss him in a way, but it's back to Susato Mikotoba now. So, I'll never see him again then. What a terrible shame.
What? Oh, right, I forgot you guys do. Whoa, what is happening?
Soseki-san, Inspector Hosonaga, I do hope you've been keeping well.
Is that really you? You took off the hat and suddenly I could tell. I don't know what you did.
Yes, I had to change my appearance for, well, very obvious reasons. I hope. But it's me, Susato Mikotoba.
So dashing, so divine. No! Doubly dashing, yes! And obviously divine. Just look at you. I had no idea, Mr. Sato and Esquires, that you were locum student Naruhodo-san Esquire's cousin.
It's okay, it's okay.
Astonishingly astounding Ace Attorney!
The name of the game. Well, not that astonishingly astounding, but
Poor Soseki-san, so confused.
I mean, you could correct him, but I guess not.
I still remember the first time I ever met him. He was in a prison cell in London. What an extraordinary conundrum it was that the unwitting student from Japan found himself embroiled in.
Speaking of London, I wonder what Ryunosuke's doing now, and it just goes back to London and ends the chapter.
But after Naruhodo-san's skillful defense at the Old Bailey, Soseki-san was free to return to Japan. And now he seems to have earned himself great fame as an author.
I'm stunned. That's truly impressive disguise. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Even I had no idea, and I'm Chief Inspector of the Police Bureau. Who came up with Mr. Turtles, no less? God, I wish you were real.
I'm not sure you should be admitting to that, Inspector.
Amazing. You're a woman of many faces, I see.
She's not! She's not! You guys are just idiots! Just two, really. And this was a once-in-a-lifetime event. I hope.
No. I'm sure we will see you again some point, maybe, hopefully. Please?
Oh, I'm not a patch on you, though. What? I'm not a patch on you. I'm not a...
Oh, okay.
I'm not a patch on you, though, Inspector.
Well, I'm a professional, of course.
I do worry about Inspector Hosonaga sometimes. I really do.
How nostalgic.
9 months ago, when he appeared here at the Supreme Court to testify.
To justify? Why would I was about to say justify?
He was undercover, disguised as the head waiter of a restaurant.
Oh yeah, he got beat up.
And then on the steamship to Great Britain, of course, disguised as a sailor to keep us safe from his journey.
Can't do that. You can't just suddenly flash his face.
No, that didn't help you, did it? Kazuma-sama.
No reason. You didn't have to do that. From my perspective, I have to admit that I have mixed feelings about all this. I mean, now the truth has been lost forever.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the murder that the English woman committed at the end of last year.
Ah yes, it was an English doctor she killed, as I understand it. Dr. John H. Wilson, yes. The man I invited to Japan personally.
So, is he sick? They still haven't brought that up. Is Mikotoba sick? That was the reason why Susato came back to Japan, right? Because they said that he was sick. Are we gonna hear about that? Was it a lie? Was it a farce? The mystery is, why did she kill him? And now that the culprit herself is dead, we'll probably never know the answer. I'm sure we'll know.
On the voyage to Great Britain, we had a most unexpected encounter. With Mr. Herlock Sholmes, the great detective, I mean.
We'll just randomly bring him up. Yes, I remember Mr. Sholmes well, of course.
Ah, my arch nemesis. How lightly you utter his name.
Arch nemesis! Well, according to the stories published about him in the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, the detective once had a partner who helped him solve crimes. A best friend. And that man was an exceptional doctor of medicine by the name of John H. Wilson.
What?
Dr. Wilson? I just can't believe that it's a coincidence. I think that the English doctor of medicine killed here in Japan 9 months ago must have been the friend and partner of Mr. Sholmes. And if that's really true, Iris and the poor girl won't ever see her beloved father again.
She'll be fine, probably.
I don't know. I traveled to Great Britain once myself to study. It was around the time you were born.
Yeah, so I love it. Oh, my daughter's born. I'm leaving now. Bye.
Yes, grandmother told me about it.
On returning to Japan, I took up my professorship at the Imperial Yume University. But I also served another role as an advisor to the government on diplomatic affairs.
Yes, I was aware of that as well.
In that case, I assure you understand that there are some confidential matters I cannot divulge to you.
Stinky.
Could you just tell me one thing? Why did you summon me back to Japan?
There it is! You're not sick! You fuck!
It's been 2 months now since I returned. When I left England, it was because an urgent telegram had arrived from Japan. It said that you'd collapsed with a high fever, and you were growing weaker by the day. What? Where did that news come from?
You lied.
That's what I'd like to know. Because after that long sea voyage, I found you in fine health, Father. Was there something in Great Britain that you perceived might inconvenience me in some way? Or harm me? That's really the only explanation I can think of.
Oh, so he summoned his daughter back, but not Ryunosuke? If he was in danger? Come on, man. Yo, you sneaky.
Dear me, do you reserve your most cutting glares for your father, Susato? I'm sorry, my dear. I simply can't. Let me go.
Oh, hello.
Many Memos-san!
He's also not in cuffs, hello?
So, one throw wasn't enough for you!
I've got one last thing to say before they take me away. Professor!
What?
I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on. In that visiting student's fate.
Visiting student? Jezebel Brett, you mean?
No, not her! The student of law who left for Great Britain 8 months ago!
What? Student of law? He must mean...
Wait, before you continue, what? I know you had a hand in what went on in that visiting student's fate. Is he insinuating that he has something to do with Cosmo's death?
Cosmo-sama! What are you talking about? What does any of this have to do with Cosmo-sama?
Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know that the guy never made it to England, that he died on that steamship, and that he'll never... Scary man! You were so much more handsome on the stand. Now you're scary. Still kind of handsome, but also scary. What are you doing?
He also well, I didn't expect to find him in here. What were you officers playing at?
Terrible zombie, Alexander. I can't believe we just let the judge throw a man over like that. What the fuck? I didn't expect to see him outside of court. Are you evil? Are you sus? Are you sus? Should I be concerned about you?
I was coming to tell you that rickshaw has arrived, Lieutenant. It's a good job I came by. Yes, thank you for dealing with him. I'll be there shortly.
Your Excellency!
I don't like it when he smiles. He's scary. There's something suspicious about the smile in his gleaming eyes. No. You sus. You evil. No. You were supposed to be a fucking just GILF, man. No. What is this shit? He has a role.
Whatever. I can't laugh. Trial's over. I'm not your excellency anymore. I'm merely your father's friend, Seishiro Jikoku.
You're evil.
And may I say that since I saw you last, you seem to have taken on a more dashing appearance. Susato.
Oh, fuck, you knew. Well, yeah, duh.
Did you know all along? From the start of the trial?
Who was I thinking that laughed like that? Cosma. But I don't imagine he'd be related to Cosma. That'd be weird.
Itachi sees everything, Susato. I'm going to let you take the risk. Sure, he hadn't known, and then he'd recognize you. So I had a word in his ear beforehand, as an old friend. So, say sure, shall we?
What, are you guys going on a date?
Yes. Having ruled on that case, we now have various diplomatic issues to address.
Before you go, Father,
Sorry, my dear. We shall have to return to our earlier conversation at a later date. But well done again, both of you. You did admirably.
Oh, thank you very much.
What did you think of my sexual sling, eh? Been a while since I sent a man flying like that. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
I like kind of like I like it, but I also think he's just very scary, and I'm like very scared of him.
Whatever could father be hiding from me? About Jezebel Brett.
Jezebel Brett? Who's Jezebel?
Giselle Brett. About Dr. Wilson. And now it seems, according to the reporter, about Kazuma-sama. I'm going to have to bring this up with father sometime. When nobody else is around.
Is that saying that the father's gonna die? Your father's gonna die, isn't he? Whoa, fuck!
Judicial Assistant Mikotoba-san, Esquires. Could I have a word?
Oh, yes, of course, Oseki-san. What is it?
I think perhaps it could be fate that we're meeting again like this now. You see, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh, fucking spill the beans, spill the tea. What's up?
Oh?
I believe that it may be related to the reason why your father summoned you back from England.
This I have to hear. Please, Soseki-san, tell me at once.
I will! As you know, my time in England was terrible. Cursed, I have no doubt. Such awful things I was embroiled in. Thank goodness local student Naruhodo-san Esquire stepped in. After he secured my freedom, I couldn't wait to get on a ship back here to my homeland. Having arrived in Japan, I submitted a report about my experience in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The next thing I knew, I had a visitor. It was your father, Professor Mikotoba. He wanted to ask me all sorts of things about my report.
My father?
He seemed to be especially taken with a particular part of the report. Anyway, he left eventually, having thoroughly quizzed me. But it was the very next day that he sent a telegram to you, asking you to return to Japan.
How do you know that?
What was it then? The particular part my father was interested in.
I don't really know exactly. But do you remember them? Those two terrible cases I was caught up in.
Two?
Of course, I could never forget.
Two? Wasn't it only one?
Your father seemed to concern himself mainly with the second case.
What second case? What am I forgetting?
The second one? You mean the one Mr. Sholmes forbade any of us to talk about in public?
Oh! I don't know it because it hasn't happened yet.
Which is why the only case involving you that any member of the public is aware of is the first.
That's why. You guys haven't shown it to me yet.
Well, I don't care. I don't have to listen to what that dastardly detective says. Anyway, the point is, it seems that case somehow holds the key to all this curious unanswered questions. That horrific, heinous case. The case of the haunted lodgings.
The apartment he was living in, right? I bet it has to do with that beekeeper and that jester that we saw in the first game. The one that we saw the characters for a second and they never showed up again. It has to be.
That case somehow caused my father to summon me urgently back to Japan. I thought that whole business was over, but it seems I was wrong. Perhaps that was only the start. Perhaps the story is not yet told.
It's gonna be an end. It's gonna be a chapter end, isn't it? Oh, it's loading.
こうしてかの英国留学生の事件は決着がついたのでございます。
Also, I didn't change it to English. Oh, I
大
don't
シ
fucking
ー
hear
ンに
anymore.
立ってほんの少し分かったような気がいたしました。なるほど様が異国の法廷で何に立ち向かっているのかを。今日はもう一つお知らせしたいことがあって筆を取りました。夏目漱石様がおっしゃった2つ目の事件。父は何も語りませんが、 あの事件にはどうやら大きな謎を解く重要な鍵が眠っているようでございます。あの事件の記録はお部屋の棚の左隅に残しておきました。よろしければ振り返ってみてはいかがでしょうか。日本はいよいよ夏の盛り、今日も抜けるような青空でございます。なるほど様、もう一度お会いしたく存じます。
I like how that one sentence that the sky was so brilliantly blue, but I didn't hear anything about her saying blue. Maybe I missed it. But whatever, doesn't matter. I love how their way of bringing us back. I love how they interject. They just threw in a case that happened in between the cases that we did in the first game. A second case that we were forbidden to talk about. Whoa! That totally happened, and we didn't just phone it. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they did. It would be nice. It'd be crazy if they did like refer to it at some point, like even a little bit in the first game that I just missed entirely because I didn't know about it. Oh my gosh. Well, that was it. I mean, that's not it, but oh look, Sherlock. Oh, the Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. Wasn't that the name of the? Wasn't that the name of the case in the first game? That sounds familiar. Maybe not. Anyway, yeah, we finished the first case. It felt like there's no timestamp for how long I've been playing, but yeah, that went a little. I think that case was a little bit shorter than the first case in the first game, but it was good. We got to fucking see Susato play as a fucking attorney. It would be nice if she came back as an attorney at one point in at some point in the game, but I get the feeling it's not going to happen. Although if it did, I wouldn't be mad about it. Be nice if she was alongside Naruhodo or something on the trial, like on the stand or something. But there's so much to unpack. There's so much to this story, and I want to know. I hope it fucking like. God forbid it's not gonna be like how they did it in Zero Time Dilemma, which I won't get into. But I want to know. I want to know the story. I want to know what was going on with Kazuma. I want to know what Mikotoba's the secrets that he's holding. I want to know how the fucking judge is involved in this. I want to know why he looks so evil. I want to know everything. I just want to know it all. I can't believe we're gonna find out all this stuff within this one game. It's like it feels like there's so much. It's gonna be, you know what? The last case in this game is probably gonna be fucking long as hell. It's gonna be so long. There's so much unanswered questions. I want to know. Also, fucked up that it shows fucking Ryunosuke here in the save instead of Susato, even though he had nothing to do with this fucking case. But I guess you can't show Susato because that would be spoilers if you save before anything happened. I don't know, fucking whatever. Anyway, that's it for today. It was a good time. I get, it's so weird. I get so excited when I play the game, but then when I'm not playing the game, I just like, I can live my life without having to be like, what happens next, you know? I've been able to like live my life peacefully without having to be like, I have to finish the entire game in one sitting, which I'm appreciative of, because then I can take my time playing it, because this is, as of right now, the only game that I have yet to finish playing, therefore it's new in my head, and therefore it's like the new Ace Attorney game, right? There hasn't been any announcements of another Ace Attorney game. I hope that like by the time this episode comes out, maybe there'll be a hint of one or something, but I doubt it. The last one that came out was Spirit of Justice, I think, on the 3DS. Come on, Shutakumi! Come on, Capcom! Come through for me! But there's no more Professor Layton! I can accept that. Bring me Ace Attorney, please! Do something! Give me a fucking girl main character or something! I know that's a lot to ask for, but like, if you can't do that, that's fine. Just give me a fucking new Ace Attorney game, please. Please, I'm dying here. I'm begging. Alright, okay. Thanks again for watching! I don't know how to end the episode. Make sure you drink water. Make sure you keep yourself warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Make sure that if you're hungry, you grab yourselves a snack. Nailed it.